My daughter is trying to convince my husband that I am having an affair. Now all her lies are exposed. When she was younger, she was a bright, happy girl. Except to me. She despised me sometimes, then other times she would put on a good face in front of other people. It all felt so devious at such a young age. She was almost too good at lying. She knew all the right spots to make me feel horrible. I fell into a downright depression over this. I remember one time I caught her spitting in my food. For nothing. She was 7 to 8 years old, and I caught her spitting in the food I was making. When I made a big deal out of it, she acted as if she didn't care that I cared. And when my husband came, she started crying and all this stuff about me accusing me. Naturally, my husband takes her side. It got worse as she got older. I became scared of her. Any punishment against her would end up with her getting back at me somehow. Ground her? She spread the rumor that I have cancer. I teach at her school. Take away her phone? I come home to a computer riddled with obvious viruses. I know this sounds crazy, but this sounds insane that anyone should deal with this as their daughter. One time, she pocketed church money and accused me of doing it by loudly asking, "Mom, are you gonna pass down the money?" That was so embarrassing. I told her that I never got the money, and she said loudly, "I gave you the money. Why aren't you passing it down?" She later readily admitted she took the money. I tried to scold her, but she treated the entire thing as a joke. I told my husband, but he thinks I am crazy too. I saw the movie, We Need to Talk About Kevin, and it made me laugh how similar my daughter is to that kid, albeit my daughter is much more tongue-in-cheek about it. I can't kick her out. I want to do badly. I know she wants to leave and has threatened to leave many times. She goes out of her way to find special ways to cause me harm. She finds all these little tricks and things to somehow hurt me. This is where she has hit the line and crossed over it. I came home a bit late from work. My husband asked me, "Hey, what took you so long?" And I told him that I was held up by traffic. True. And my daughter said, "Well then, who was that guy you were talking to down the block?" There was no guy. I was not talking to anyone. I got out of my car and went straight home. Naturally, my husband was curious and asked me, and I said, "Nobody. There is no guy." Not sure what she's talking about. It sounded and looked like I was lying. I went upstairs quickly. That was 3 days ago. At dinner yesterday, she brought it up again. "Who was that guy who came over today?" "A contractor." I told her there was no guy. I tried to make it seem like I had no idea what she was talking about, and she kept insisting she saw me with a guy. But at that point, I knew what she was trying to do. My husband right away got red in the face and demanded to know who this guy was. I went into panic mode. I kept on insisting there was no guy. I kept on telling him the same thing over and over again, and it just looked so bad. He got furious. I left with my car. I am so scared to go back. My husband has never hit me, but he has a bit of a temper, and this is insanely bad. This is the last straw. She has fucked with me like a science experiment these last few years, and it has only gotten worse. She is worse than sociopathic, because sociopaths are sociopathic to everyone. She is only this way to me. She is an absolute angel to other people. She is a popular, well-liked girl at her school with a boyfriend. Everyone will believe her over me. My husband has accused me of being crazy over her. He thinks she is a nice girl who wouldn't do harm. I have honestly felt like she has a mental disorder that has resulted in her essentially torturing me. Some form of antisocial disorder. I know it is something mental. She isn't normal. If this was a horror movie, she would be the monster. But something cracked. I don't know what shifted exactly. I didn't go back that night. I couldn't. I slept in my car again, in the back corner of a 24-hour grocery store parking lot, engine off, keys clutched so hard in my fist they left little cuts. Around 10 a.m., component placement. My husband texted, "Call me." Just those 2 words. I almost didn't. I stared at it, but I called. His voice was tight, controlled, but not angry. Not like before. There was a long pause, and then he said, "I heard her last night." I didn't speak. She was on the phone, laughing. I was walking past her door and heard her say, "He looked so mad, I thought his head was going to explode." Then she said, "Yeah, I told him I saw her with a guy again today." She freaked out. She always freaks out. Another pause. Then, she didn't know I was listening. I went cold. My heart thudded in my throat. He heard it. He finally saw it. No twisting, no denial, no tears to hide behind. Just her, unfiltered. He continued. I opened the door. She tried to play dumb. I told her I heard everything. She still tried to lie. Said I must have misunderstood. I lost it. I really lost it. I've never yelled like that before. She started crying, then screaming, telling me I loved you more than her, that I was taking your side. He sounded shaken. I told her to get out. She packed a bag, said she was going to her boyfriend's. He stopped again. Then quietly, she left her diary open on the bed. Then, I read some of it. And then, silence. Full story on channel. Link below.